What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be going through the Saturday night's main event episode of our WWE Reddit video. Like I said in the last video, though, I did want to make this semi-consistent when it comes to, at least when it comes to right after WWE PLE/Premium Live events, and we just had a big one. We had the GOAT, John Cena's retirement, and as you see in the bottom left-hand corner, yeah, John Cena, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, retired. It was not a fun night for me, to be honest with you. Super freaking sick. We did a live stream, though. I mean, you guys can go back and look at it. But either way, yeah, we had a live stream. Either way, we got top of this week, and we're just going to look through. We're just going to look through. Very similar. Similar to what they did to Hogan back in the day. I thought, so I guess a lot of it's going to be John Cena's retirement, which undoubtedly so. Before we fully get into all of this, the retirement match was fine. It was a good match. It was above average match for sure. But, and I don't really even care about the match, right? A big hot topic is, should Cena have tapped out? I don't think Cena should have tapped out. I said this at the beginning of the live stream. I think Cena should have passed out. I think Cena should have passed out. It should have been the way to go, right? I think logically it does make sense, and I think people are real upset with Cena tapping out, and I was real upset at the time, but a few days removed, looking back on it, Cena, it wasn't even Gunther tapping out. It was just Cena, like, reflecting upon his career and just, like, the smile and realizing that, hey, you know what? It's okay that it's over. It's okay if I tap. I don't know if that's the way to look at it, but in some ways it helps to look at it that way, and it makes me not despise it as bad, or as, nearly as bad. It sucks for sure. I think Cena should have passed out. I think, especially because this guy is Superman, dude. John Cena is real life freaking Superman. He's a lot of people's childhood heroes, a lot of people's childhood in general. And I think at Saturday night's main event, it was like a stomp. It was a stamp that, hey, my childhood's done, you know? I think John Cena retiring is probably the most sad, or the most I've genuinely cried that wasn't like a death or something big that happened to me personally. When it comes to like any media or anything, dude, it was probably the most sad I've been. When it comes to everyone coming out and, even moments like this with the championship, I thought it was a great moment. Punk and Cody both just being out there and everyone being out there. Like I said, I think it made for a real, genuinely good retirement. I know a lot of people are also upset that he didn't cut a speech or have a speech. I think John Cena is the type of guy to have one retirement speech. I think he's gonna save it all for Hall of Fame, and so he can kind of formulate this whole retirement speech. But either way, like I said, John Cena is the greatest of all time. It's undisputed right now. It's undisputed. I know there's a couple people, and other people have their opinions. Sure, that's fine. But no, John Cena is the GOAT. He's my GOAT, for sure. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns characters to Street Fighter. Dude, I was real skeptical. I'm not even like a Street Fighter fan. I barely know anything. But these guys look sick. They look sick for, like, Cody looks really good as Guile. I think that's how you say his name. And Akuma for Roman, I think looks great as well. But Cody for sure. Cody is outstanding. He looks great. He looks great. And then there was two. What a class. Batista going out on his own terms. John Cena, I know he said it's not really his own terms, but Cena's still going out with, having the chance and fully being able to sit there and retire. Brock Lesnar, I think Brock retires at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, probably against Gunther as well. And then Orton, when he came back at Survivor Series 2023, he said he held up at 10 more years. So, if that's the case, we got another 8 for Randy. Montez and Theory. So, last night, it got revealed that Austin Theory was the Masked Man. There might be multiple, I'm not sure. But either way, Theory with the buzz cut and everything. I think Theory looks He looks good. I'm glad they're actually, doing something with Theory now. And you know what? This could be really big for Austin Theory. This really could be big for Austin Theory. So good for him. Even though there was like no pop, that's kind of what Theory's just kind of dealt with his whole career. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. At least he has good limelight now. Maybe he could start getting over with the crowd. Theory's been great. Like promo wise, he kind of slumbers, but in ring capability, he has a decent look with him. Like he could be a lot. He could be a lot. All right, agree with their take. I rarely watch modern wrestling 3 or 4 times a year, but I tuned in last night just because it was Cena's last match. And yeah, I really hate how finishers mean nothing anymore. Cena hits 4 AAs, including one through the table and a super AA on Gunther, and he kicked out of all of them, and even no sold one of them. Not a fan of the modern style of wrestling. I get that. Like it's not like, I mean, you can't really argue with it. For sure, I think a lot of people also with modern wrestling, it's about kind of false finishers. False finishes? The moments of disbelief, like the moments where people, even though like, especially when it comes to like more hardcore fans, they can already kind of tell when the ending of the match is going to be. If you can get people to suspend their disbelief and to think that the end of the match happens, it is what it is. How many matches have you seen that people have won without a finisher? Not a lot. Not a lot. So, I mean, it's kind of bound to happen. The more finishers get used, the more unpredictable it is, I guess. But at the same time, they mean a lot less, if that makes sense. It's just kind of what you get. You said Gunther or Gunther? Gunther. Gunther? I'd say Gunther. I think I say Gunther more. Gunther. It's probably like 3/4. 3/4 of the time I say Gunther. A fourth of the time I'll slip in a Gunther every now and then. Could Joe Hendry really work on main roster? For sure. I think for sure. I think as long as they don't overexpose him. I think overexposing him would kind of die it off. I don't know. I don't think the match and the ending was all too bad after a couple days of sitting and thinking about it. It's just you want Superman to conquer the villain one more time. You want Superman to jump over the last hurdle. You wanted him to win. And I think had the rest of the retirement tour gone in a perfect ideal world, it goes in the best way it can, where Cena is having, full-time babyface. That's another thing. I don't think Cena should have turned heel whatsoever. I said that from the beginning, even after all the hype and all, or even like as the hype was at its highest and all that. I don't think Cena should have turned at the beginning because I think regardless it was going to be rushed. It was going to be a rushed mess regardless. But had the rest of his retirement tour gone in a perfect way, I think this would have been a perfect retirement. But with everything, all the flaws, the failed heel turn, the terrible WrestleMania main event, the Brock Lesnar, the 2 Logan Paul matches, even though I didn't really care that Logan Paul had 2 matches, regardless, we're not saying that. But I'm thinking just in the whole wide grand scheme of things, everything, there was just a lot of negative in John Cena's retirement tour. I think people just wanted to see John Cena, Superman, freaking retire, head held high, whatever. Especially, they didn't want to see him tap out at the bare minimum. I think he should have passed out. Yeah, fans did want Cena to just win, LOL. But that's what we grew up watching, That's what we grew up. Cena conquering these almighty villains. And, now, though, Gunther, I'm fine with it being Gunther. I think I probably would have preferred maybe a mellow Carmelo Hayes or a Braun Breaker. But at the same time, with where Gunther is right now, I think it's a safe choice having Cena lose to Gunther because it like I said, it's the safe choice because he already has this many accolades. So it's kind of hard to fumble. You cannot fumble Gunther from here on out. You cannot. Because IC title reign, World Heavyweight title reign, freaking the IC title reign 666 days. Like the greatest IC champ of all time. The World Heavyweight Championship. You cannot have him lose to Jey Uso again. Ever. having him tap out John Cena, you have to build up this guy like the biggest SOB ever. Build him up as high as Undertaker, his Mania streak. You have to build him up to a certain level. There's a lot of pressure now with that. Had it been a Carmelo Hayes or a Braun Breaker, there's still a lot of pressure. Honestly, maybe even more because you don't know what they are going to do with that kind of spotlight. Like, you don't know. Carmelo Hayes, I'm not saying he would flounder in it, but he hasn't reached the top of the mountain like Gunther has. So Gunther can probably handle the exposure. He can handle being the top guy. So it's a safe bet for sure. Holy $1,100. That's nuts.
I don't want to face this new nice guy CM Punk on January 5th.
I'm not going to play all this. Braun Breaker cut an incredible promo, and last night CM Punk clapped right back. I'm so fucking excited for their January 5th match. Yeah, I'm so excited for it. So excited for it. Braun Breaker's great. He's freaking phenomenal. CM Punk, I think, like he said, he wants the old Punk back. I think we're getting shades of pretty serious CM Punk. So this is they're starting to cook. They're starting to cook big time, especially also with the addition of Austin Theory. So freaking sad, dude. Like, what a great moment this is. I'm gonna skip through because I'm not really looking for copyright, but still. Do you think Gunther and Cena can pull off an emotional moment to finish? I think they did. I think Cena with the smile. So I don't like Cena tapping out. But Cena smiling is the only way that makes it somewhat digestible as a John Cena fan. Cena smiling and just just accepting that that's a career, and then tapping out. That's the only way. That's the only way that makes this whole situation understandable. Oh, even a little bit. Saw this and felt true. What's your take? For sure. For sure. I don't think Rollins was ever going to be a main character, especially because when the Shield originally happened, they didn't know that the Shield was going to get over, period. CM Punk wanted Rollins and Ambrose. WWE, Vince McMahon, they shoehorned Roman in. Which, granted, it was a great dynamic, and you know what? Probably at the end of the day, it was probably the right choice. But at the same time, when they ended up breaking up and all that, Rollins was the heel. He wasn't the main character, though. I mean, you still had John Cena in his prime. You had Roman Reigns. Company fully backed him. And they weren't going to settle for Rollins. They never were. Because Roman was given Mania main event after Mania main event, build up and everything. Rollins, even in his prime, didn't have a WrestleMania main event build up till Mania 40. Till Mania 40. I think the Shield's Rollins' first Mania was Mania 29. It took him 11 years to have a WrestleMania main event build up. And it also took Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and The Rock. I'm sure a lot of it you can kind of boil down to him just getting injured at the worst times. Like 2015, I think it was, where he got injured on his knee. He has a lot of knee problems. But, knee. And he came back, redesigned, rebuild, reclaimed. I think that was great. Rollins has always been... He's been one of my favorites for forever now. And, I mean, there's a reason why he's in my Mount Rushmore. But I don't think he was ever going to be pointed as, the main character. Even with the Vision, when he was World Heavyweight Champ, when he was about to, continue on, he was never looked at as the guy. He's very CM Punk-esque when it comes to that. CM Punk even now isn't looked at as, the top guy. We still have Cody and we still have Roman. Punk's never going to reach there with those two being there. Same with Rollins. It's just, it always ends up happening this way. A lot of people don't even Randy Orton. Orton's never going to be looked at as the top guy in the company because there was always Cena. Now there's Roman. Rollins just ends up becoming the second fiddle. And you know what? He falls into that category. But there's a lot of people who have fallen into that category. Even all the way back in the 80s/90s. We got Macho Man Randy Savage. You know? Savage. Even Warrior. And they're always playing second fiddle because of Hogan. It just happens. But you know what? At the end of the day, Rollins is going to have a legendary first ballot Hall of Famer career. And it sucks. Rollins is Mount Rushmore guy for me. As a personal favorite, but you know, it is what it is. I think we've pushed past the point for Cody because Cody just had so much freaking momentum. So much momentum. Coming back, tearing his pec and still wrestling in a time where Roman Reigns was part-time and John Cena was not full-time as well. So Cody had a great moment to catapult himself there. And just the heart of it, the build up to Mania 39. There was just a lot of things that went right for Cody to bypass Roman and have also hit Roman's level when it comes to hitting that tier 1 area. But yeah, Rollins, unless some miracle happens, like a bunch of like Cody stuff happens, he's always going to be tier 2. And that's no shade towards Seth. I think Seth is more talented than both Cody and Roman. I think he is. But he's never going to reach there. And that's fine, because a lot of people don't. Rey Mysterio turns 51. Still going strong, by the way. Rey, respect to the legend. See this, man? Let me tell you something, man. This guy, John Bernthal. One of my favorite characters in The Walking Dead. He plays Shane Walsh. Dude, having the absolute time of his life. He's actually Kurt Angle's nephew, which is cool. Absolute time of his life watching. I don't know how well you can see. But freaking great. This is a great moment too, by the way.
You can only see from far away, but
Another thing, Obafemi killed it. Dude, a lot of these with Saturday Night's main event as well, all the NXT people showed out. They weren't given like any time, but they all showed out. Obafemi, with the little he had, the promo he had with Cody, this promo was great. This promo was great. I'm so down to see the future of Obafemi. I've seen very little of him. Freaking killed it. Sol Ruka, absolutely killing it. Gonna be future main star in the women's division. Javon Evans and Leon Slater, I think his name is. Both freaking killed it as well. I think Sweet Chin Music is the best finisher of all time. I think in the last Reddit video I mentioned my 2 favorite finishers of all time. Mine was Sweet Chin Music and Pedigree. I know I can't really talk about Triple H right now because I'd get a lot of hate for giving Triple H some of his flowers. But you know, if you had to choose one or the other, is Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes more of a draw? Who's more of a draw? It's Cody, right? It's Cody. But Cody's also, like I said, he's tier 1. He is like the top guy. He is the top guy. Cody does numbers. Roman does numbers. Rollins does numbers. He does. But he's a tier 2 guy. And he won't reach tier 1 unless he has some miracle like Cody did. Or he's there long enough before they can't get a tier 1 guy to replace him, in which if Cody and Roman both leave or retire or whatever, and Rollins is still kicking it, I mean, by that time, I assume Braun Breaker's there. You know, maybe they do Gunther as a tier 1 guy. I don't know. Still, I don't see Rollins becoming that guy. That's kind of crazy how we're having this many like Rollins talks. Okay, so Sheamus got hurt. I'm sure it could have went somewhere. Sheamus got hurt, though. Like, I don't know. Sheamus got hurt. It is what it is. He dropped the title back to Dom.
I've done my research on you.
And that's the bottom line. Stop this feud. Yeah, I feel like it's been going on for freaking forever now. It's been going on since right after freaking WrestleMania. Actually, hold up. Guess the wrestler. Difficulty impossible. All right. I feel like this is Becky. Am I weird for saying that? I feel like this is Becky. This is Becky. And that was pretty freaking easy. Difficulty, impossible? Hold up. She didn't win an NXT title. 3 SmackDown championships. Then she wins the Raw, SmackDown, Raw. That was probably Mania 35. Then she wins the tag title. Who'd she win it with? Maybe, I think it was like a one-off thing. Maybe it was like Asuka or something. I don't remember. Either way, then she went to NXT, won the title. Then she won it, and they called her Becky Hogan. That was like right after... Maybe it was, I don't know. It was like 2023. I don't know. I think she won it after Rhea had to relinquish it. And then she won the tag title with Lyra Valkyria at Mania 41. And then IC champ. I feel like that's super easy. Who wins? 2020 Roman Reigns or 2011 CM Punk? Roman is demolishing Punk. And that's coming from CM Punk as my favorite wrestler of all time. Roman Reigns is demolishing CM Punk. And the only reason I'm saying that, Punk's going to bury him on the mic. 100%. But in a match, in a feud, Roman Reigns is winning. CM Punk, when at the height of his popularity, right? He beat Cena, right? They feed him to Triple H. Who was a part-timer, who wasn't really like around. Like he was around, but he wasn't like active. Roman Reigns, 2020 Roman Reigns, which granted, I would more so say like 2021 was Roman's height. Because like he just returned at the end of 2020 and won the title, but still, Roman Reigns is demolishing Punk in a feud. Demolishing him. Punk's going to destroy him on the mic, 100%. But like this would be an all-time great feud. Roman wins. These kind of finishes are so annoying. Just choose a winner and book it. What were you expecting? Both these guys couldn't just eat a loss. Right? I assume whoever made this wanted Obafemi to win. Cody, if you're going to have an NXT champion pop up randomly, right? Pop up for a one-time show. Did you want Drew to interfere? Like, maybe you just didn't want an interference. If you wanted an interference, I can understand it. If Drew just came in and claymored Cody and then Oba won that way, sure, fine. Cody was never going to eat a clean loss to Obafemi. Not right now. Not as Obafemi is on NXT and as he is the champ. It wasn't going to happen. But either way, thank you all for watching. I did this Reddit video for quite a while. I'm probably going to cut out a decent portion of it. But either way, like I said, you guys can go down below. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Have a good night. Whatever time is for you. And goodbye.